No one thought more about the changes that we're making than our group. It also includes Tim O'Rourke there, our longtime director. But we, like any other sport, we have to evolve. You know, many of you know volleyball's changed, baseball's changed. They got a time clock. Football's changed with the instant replays, and unfortunately, cross country does too. And we felt that this was a great time for us to make these changes. As most of you know, last year we celebrated our 75th anniversary of the SAC Cross Country Invitational, a great milestone. And with that being said, we also felt that that's a good cap, and now is the time to make some changes. And we know that the current trends in cross country have definitely changed. And so with that being said, you know, as most of you know, in college, it's 2,000 meter loop on grass and dirt and not very hilly. And so we do realize that there's been a lot of changes in that, and fan-friendly is a big change in that. So we are changing the course path for the first time in, I think it's about 40 years, 48 years, because it was 2 mile, went to 3 mile. There's been little changes, but the courses remain relatively the same. One thing I do want to reiterate is that it is the course. That's the good thing. We're still on our course, but we're going to change that path just a little bit to make a better fan experience. First thing, we're going to finish inside the stadium. I think any of you who were here last year at the CIF rain course, which I shot myself in the foot and designed, you guys loved it. It was a great fan experience. So we're going to finish in the stadium. By finishing the stadium, we have a few things that happen. Number one, we can utilize our beautiful new stadium and, of course, our new jumbo screen. So as you'll see, the course is actually going to take advantage of that, and actually the runners are going to run right underneath it. Okay, so we're going to utilize that scoreboard for results, for start lists, for mile marks, as well as live video feed through runnerspace. So that's one of the great things about being in the stadium. Number two, for your fans and for you guys, there's covered seating. No one wants to sit on a hot, it's been hot lately, so there's some covered seating. Number three, no one likes to use porta potties, so there's a lot of permanent restrooms in there. Number four, our ability to view more areas of the course. Like last year, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a direct path from the stadium out on top of the second floor of the parking structure. And from that vantage point, you can see the start, you can see the gauntlet, you can see many, many areas of the course. Okay. The only little change that we're going to have to make, good things for coaches, that we're going to allow you on the course. Bad thing for spectators, probably not enough room. So we'll have to limit the spectator access on the gauntlet, because now it'll be a two-way path, as we will show. Final thing, like I said, accessibility. So for those of you with parents or relatives who have accessibility issues, it's going to be a lot easier. Everything's accessible, a lot easier to view for people instead of running out on the course and possibly getting injured. So we feel that this change is a much needed change. Moving on to the course now, before we tell you what the change is, it's like we said, it's the same course, just a couple of path changes. The distance, there will no longer be any question, comment, people out there measuring, don't have to measure anymore, it will be 3 miles. That's what we're gonna do. We're making this course exactly 3 miles. Okay, that's one thing. The course remains relatively the same, except for one little change that you can see. If you look at the board behind me, you will see what is the one change we have to make. Loop out. Unfortunately, loop out will be compromised, and that's the one change we have to make. We don't, it's something that we feel that it's going to miss us all. So. Yeah, it's the one historic hill that unfortunately we were going to have to eliminate. But like I said, I think when we run it, we hope and we feel that this will be a great change. Like I said, spectator friendly. I see a lot of you nodding your heads. That's good, because I thought I'd be hiding, just throwing stuff at me. But yeah. So this time, first of all, I'd like to also thank Eric Bolt for showing up. Thank you for being here, Eric, and getting this out to everybody too. But at this time, I'd like to take any questions or comments for any of us who are here on staff here. Any questions, comments? Oh, Rick, you seem pretty excited. All right. Good. Very good. Yes. Okay, so that's a good question. Yes, it looks like I've spoken with our commissioner. cross country, and he is very excited. Him and the staff of the CIF are very excited, and it looks like they will follow exactly what we're proposing. So it's something that I know the CIF was so impressed on in this finish in the stadium. So, and like I said, we're even looking even more ahead and making it exciting. So like, when the finisher comes through under the scoreboard, we'll have like leader race, so that the fans know, and really try to utilize the board as much as we can for the future. Our goal is to allow this course to be the canvas so that you can write the next 75 years of history of the SAC Cross Country Invitational. So we're hoping this is a great change. If you have any suggestions, ideas, let us know. But right now, this is what we are planning to do to move forward. Yes?
So instead of move out, they'll go straight all the way to the back side of the reservoir, that back loop towards the gate, and make a right?
And make a right. Yes.
That's the only difference.
That's the only difference. So that was the reason why we probably can't allow spectator access, because they're going to have two-way traffic. It's one good thing about the course is we've run the course in so many different ways, and we have done that same thing basically during Foot Locker, where we come off of the back parking lot. It's not possible during the SAC because we have too many races, but we've tried the two-way, and it has worked as long as we have markings, flagging, and there will be a slight, that as you talk about that right turn on the back into the back of reservoir, we have the idea to carve another path and make it a little bit less of a steep drop, and we're working on that right now. So yeah, good question. Any other questions?
Will that affect the 5K for the national regional league?
The Foot Locker, I'm not sure. That's up to the Foot Locker to make that decision, how they run that. Because that course is pretty much the same. They do finish in the stadium that time. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. That's up to Foot Locker. Because 5K, then that's another how many meters we have to add. So that'll be up to them. And I don't know. It's doable. It's definitely doable. Our course is very flexible. As you know, we were very fortunate. Like the Constitution, it changes with the times, and it's been able to change through the years. So we're really excited about it. Anything else, Tim? You got any comments? Because I know you had a lot to do with it. Very exciting. And I will say this: for Tim O'Rourke to say that's really incredible, because he has been the staunch supporter of keeping this course the same. But I think he realized too, after last year at the CIF meeting, that excitement, it's hard when you see that much excitement, and you can see the runners finishing in front of you for such a long distance. So, all right.
Can you go back to the top one more time?
Okay, the what? The course?
Yeah.
Can we go back to the course one? Thanks, Kim. Yeah. Sorry, I know it's far away, but it's still pretty big. So, yeah, so basically it isn't going to run by the old finish line, but just make a little right, and then, like I said, loop right into underneath the scoreboard. And we have, believe it or not, we've actually tested that out with our LA4 Foundation fun run, and it worked very, very well. So, yeah. It does not affect the hammer. You can still try to hit all the cross-country runners if you throw errant hammer balls, yes. It doesn't change anything. Yes. All right. Well, at this time, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. Anything we can ever do for you, feel free to reach out to us. This time, it's my pleasure to introduce our clinic coordinator, Mr. Don Turnbull.